Welcome back to Friday Night Live, you guys. It's another week. It's another Friday. It is light up night in Pittsburgh. The holiday spirit is not in here.
Hi, everyone.
I'm your host, Royce.
And I'm T.
And we are back.
We are back.
Yes, it is a brand, like I said, it's a brand new week. It's a brand new Friday. For those of you who are going to light up night tonight, that will be
Keep your guns in your pants.
Yes. Well, I think that, we both just had a week. We both really just we've had an action-packed week.
Yeah.
And I think that, do you want us to, it's time for our segment, Let's Talk About It. And there's a lot to talk about.
We have traded places this week. I have a cup.
Yes, I have no cup.
A very large cup.
Yes. She is, we had to switch roles, and I had to be the happy one.
Yes.
So,
overly joyed.
Yes.
Happy-go-lucky.
I was doing jumping jacks before. That's how excited I was. I was doing jumping jacks before the show started.
Through the moon. Happy, joy.
Right. Now, let's talk about your day.
My day.
So let's talk about it.
I've been working retail since I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's safe to say that in the, 8-ish plus years that I've been working, I think I've seen pretty much every scenario you could probably think of, from good to bad to indifferent. But the thing I will never understand customers' expectations. When you come shopping during holiday season, what is it that they expect? I just want to know. I just want to understand, when you come in the holiday season, what part, nothing about holiday shopping is expressed. Nothing about it is quick.
Right.
If you want quick, hop online.
Yes.
So like the attitude, and I think we touched on this last week, we were talking about the attitudes of shoppers. But I think from last week to now, we have fully come into the swing, because obviously, we're in the week before Thanksgiving, and as per the usual, people are scavenging around, running around.
They're ski-avenging.
Yeah.
They're ski-avenging around.
They're scavenging around, trying to get all their last-minute Thanksgiving stuff, trying to start their Christmas stuff. Because, family members come in, and they come in for Thanksgiving, but they don't come in for Christmas because they have extended families or whatever. So they're trying to get the early Christmas gifts in and trying, all this good stuff. Okay. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
No.
It's not my fault.
You know what, though? I think that the I need it now expectation should really cease, because it's, again, like you said, it's the holiday season. Everybody is shopping.
Everyone.
So I don't think that, I don't know. The whole, I'm the most important mentality that these customers have, I don't agree with it.
And the thing, I think people think if you work at a thrift store, more power to you. It's fantastic. But when you come into other stores and you want every single thing marked down, I had some lady ask me today to mark down a pack of 5 lipsticks because the box was dented.
Oh, that's my weakness.
No, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the product, but I'm going to give it as a gift. Fine. We sell gift bags in the back for $1.99. That's just how I feel. And I think everybody was like, T, you're such a Scrooge. I think I'm going to be Scrooge or the Grinch this Christmas, because I'm just not feeling it.
I chose my alter ego. So for people who may be new to the retail scene or something, my best piece of advice for you is, around this fourth quarter time during the holiday season, the best thing for you to do is for you to adapt a alter ego.
Yes.
I chose mine for this quarter. Do you want to know have you seen Stranger Things?
No.
Okay, so my alter ego for this holiday season is the Demogorgon, because I thought that the Grinch was too juvenile for my amount of hatred that I had in my heart for all these customers this year. So I decided to be the Demogorgon from the Stranger Things, which if you're not familiar with the Demogorgon, it's a flesh-eating alien monster that literally preys on human beings.
Sounds about right.
And the only way for you to kill him, the Demogorgon, is for you to have access to this girl. Her name is 11, and she has superpowers that she
fantastic.
can kill him. So he can't be defeated. So and he's just vicious, the Demogorgon. So that's my thing. Yeah.
I developed one too. I had one, and I decided that I was going to be the Queen of Hearts. Only because I feel myself saying "off with his head" quite frequently.
Right.
I think that's going to be my mantra for the fourth quarter. Off with their heads.
Yeah, that works. Today, though, I had another one though. Today, I was the baby Grinch.
You were.
I literally was just like, I had it, and I looked to her, and I was just like. I was just like, T, Santa, bye-bye. Like,
no, seriously.
Like, I was just so done. I was so over it.
Can we actually talk about one of the things that okay, so first of all, while we're talking about retail, while we're talking about, things that irritate us, this one actually didn't irritate me. It was actually comic relief because I was in a really bad mood when it happened, and it just brightened my day. So first, let's talk about cell phone usage when you're at a register.
Oh, I forgot all about this.
How could you forget about this one?
I forgot about her. I did.
More power to sis, because she chopped him off at the kneecaps.
Okay, we were in, like, when I tell you, her and I were just cut ups today. I mean, it was like one thing after another.
Yeah, it was really one thing after another.
Yeah, I mean, so what I think that the original thing that really got us was this girl. Okay, well, I think it was her first.
It was her first. The girl. So first of all, talking on the phone when you're checking out anywhere, whether it's you're ordering food or whatever the case may be, just tell somebody to hold on.
It's disrespectful.
It's rude. And I understand because I run a business, so I understand, taking business calls. But I always tell people to hold on. Just give me a second. Right. Put the phone down for a second, or even just stop talking to the person on the phone and acknowledge who's talking.
Right.
To you. So, despite the fact that this bothers the hell out of me, this was actually a funny experience. So I let her. She got a pass. Sis got a pass.
Yeah,
we were actually friends after the transaction. So she comes up. We're starting to, process our transaction, and her phone rings. She answers the phone, and it must have been a dude that she was
emphasis on the was.
Emphasis on that. She the conversation that was going on. First of all, I'm not this bold to have a conversation like this loud enough for 3 cashiers down from my cashier to hear what I'm talking about.
And we were.
I was like
all sipping our tea.
Listening, I was trying not to be nebby, but for every time I looked up, she was looking at me and she was talking on the phone, and she knows that I can hear her.
Right. I mean, my outside was like this, minding my business, but my inside was all like this. I mean, I'm telling you, I was just so in it. Like,
she was giving the tea.
Yes.
The tea to tea, because. And so basically the general gist of the conversation was that apparently this guy that she had been talking to, they had been friends for a really long time. Apparently they had crossed the line and did what they did. And so I guess they were dating. Well, it turns out that the guy was actually still currently dating his baby's mom. So that did not fly with Miss Lady. And when I tell you, her hair was bomb. She looked good. She looked good. She looked like she had the lashes done. Frontal laid. I said, okay, sis, okay. When
I saw her, although, and this is something I think that a piece of advice I could give to all you females out there. When you flip back your hair off your shoulders, I can see your kitchen, and if it's not done, I know it's not done. So that was.
He's nitpicking. I wasn't worried about her kitchen. I was worried about how
it can't be all compliments.
It can't be, but I mean, the fact that she was giving us all the tea to begin with, that's not really a compliment. But how she did it, she put herself out there on Front Street. But let me tell you, more power to sis. Because because she chopped him off at the kneecap. She said she is not having it. You will not date me and your baby's mom. I do not trust you. You are no good for me. Yes. And I will not have anybody in my life that does not make me happy. And you don't make me happy. So I want nothing to do with you. She cut the friendship off at the kneecaps. She cut dating off at the kneecaps.
Yes.
And I was just proud of her.
That's almost verbatim what she said.
Literally. I was like, and the little spirit in me was like, yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like on the outside, I was like not listening, but deep down I was eavesdropping, and it was.
And then she finally gave us the green light to laugh, which was great because we had secretly been laughing to each other. Yeah. Like I was fighting not to laugh, not because of what she was saying was funny, but it was the fact that literally the customers in the line could hear her, all the cashiers down the rest of the way could hear, and like it was just like, sis, like,
can we bring it
bring it down just 1 or 2 notches? But yeah, so all in all, we should just avoid having personal conversations on the phone at the cash register.
Right.
But Miss Thang, if you're watching this, that was great.
Yeah,
I commend you, sis. Cause
Well,
what followed after that? What came after that?
So I had a customer come through my line, and I had just rang one of the associates out, and they did a layaway or whatever, and I messed it up, so I had to ring it again. And so he stepped out of line, and then I took another customer, and then after she was done, he was like, "Oh, hey, like you messed my thing up." He didn't even go anywhere really. Well, first of all, my pet peeve. Literally, like when I tell you, I just want to shed my skin. Like I want to crawl out of my skin. This makes me so upset. Like walk up to mind you, we have signal buttons where we work. So if I'm ready for you, you'll know because I'll press the button.
The button flashes and makes a lot of noise. It says come to register whatever. It's kind of self-explanatory.
She did she disobeyed the golden rule of mine, which is don't come unless I literally push my button and send.
Don't come for me unless I send for you.
Well, she disobeyed that law, and it's just kind of an unspoken law because why are you coming up to me anyways? We have these buttons for a reason. So
they don't listen to those ever.
They don't, but. So, although I think it's pretty obvious and self-explanatory whenever you literally hear nobody saying, I can take you down here. I'm ready for you.
There's nothing.
You don't hear that.
Silence. We're still involved in our other customers.
Right. So she walks down to my register and she's like, but mind you, my previous customer was like still there and he got back, like stepped back to my register and she was like, excuse me, sir, but I was next in line. And he was just like, and he's younger. And she was an older lady, so he didn't know what to say. I said, "No, you're not, ma'am. He was already here."
And like they just feel so entitled, like, but no, or like they pull up to my favorite is when they pull up to my register and I'm not open. Lights not on, no one's home.
I will act like you are the heir. That is how.
I'll be like, she could take you down there, and like if you still choose to stay down here, then there could be 6 customers that go.
Yeah.
At other registers before, like, cause that's just rude. And then you come up to me like, excuse me. I'm like, I'm not open. Like,
I'll ignore you.
Cause my job, like our job technically is not to ring. I'm supposed to be helpful, be supportive, help with the hard decisions and hard conversations. My job is not to be a cashier. So when you pull up to my register and I'm working on something, yes, I do have the choice to open. And a lot of the times if you come up and you're nice and you're just trying to get out of there, I will most likely take you. But when you pull up to my register and demand, no, it's not gonna work.
Okay, I'm completely flipping the script though, real quick. And I have to tell you about what I experienced today. So I went to the barbershop today.
Oh dear God.
Okay, so I was at the barbershop. Now I knew, like, I had a bad feeling that like something was not right with this day. Like, mind you, whenever you're at the barbershop, you experience some things that may be out of the ordinary, that may not be necessarily like
typical for your everyday life.
Yeah.
But it's typical for barbershop culture.
Right. Barbershop culture is completely different. Well, not even like black barbershop culture. It's different. It's so different from like
Going to get your hair
trimmed, easy cut or whatever.
I think it's the same for black salons too, like just hair salons in
general. So basically, I'm at the barbershop. I'm like waiting to get my hair cut. This guy comes in. He's drunk. He's high. He's stumbling. He's like, and he was one of those people that feels comfortable to come in and just start ripping on everybody and like being loud and obnoxious and making jokes. And he's cussing. It got so bad. One of the barbers came from like the back and was like, "Sir, like, can you please keep it down? Like, I got kids back here. You need to calm all that cussing down. You're being very disrespectful. You need this is a place of business." Well, he was like, "Oh man, what is this? A daycare? I don't know what this was. A daycare? Blah blah blah." Mm. So long story short, he is really like giving people the works. I mean, I can't even explain how. Just imagine like you're really drunk, annoying uncle, but he is off the belligerent. So it got so bad. He told the one guy that was sitting in the barbershop that he looked like someone from Fences. So, that's just to put it into perspective of like where he was at. Well, he got his haircut. He went outside. This other guy comes in. I don't know what transpired outside, but this guy comes in and the guy followed him back into the annoying guy followed him back into the barbershop and was basically like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. And the guy was like, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm just having a bad day. Like, it's cool, whatever. Well, he was like, oh, I'm having a bad day too. He's like, it's cool. Like, I don't care. Like, that doesn't, I literally, it's all good. Like, just I just really want you to leave me alone. Like, he's harassing this guy. So he's like, sir, like, I just really want you to leave me alone. Like, please leave me alone. He's like, and the guy went to go turned around. He was like, he went to go walk away. He turned around. He's like, and what are you going to do if I don't? And what are you going to do? He's like, he says, well, what are you going to do if I don't? He's like, are you going to be, he's like, what you going to do? Shoot me? You going to kill me? You going to shoot me? You going to kill me? He was like, man, he's like, I'll basically tell him he was going, he said he was going to beat him up. I'll beat you up in the street, whatever. Well, he walks away to go walk away. He's like the guy was begging him to leave him alone. Like, please leave me alone. Well, he wouldn't stop. He was incessant. He would not let it go. Well, how about the guy turns around. He's like, man, I'll beat you. He's like, man, I'll beat you in the street. He's like, you effing B. He called him the B word. And that you call a man the B word, and that is basically, that means
knuckle up.
Yeah. So he walks outside. The guy stood there and processed it for a second. Like, did he really just say this? Well, he gets up. He sets his phone down. He pulls his pants up. This is what we're getting ready to do. Emotion. We're getting ready to do a motion shot. We're gonna do another motion shot. You know what? I'm not even gonna move. I'm just gonna So he stands up, and whenever they do this, so when they get to tugging on them belt loops, that means that it's about to go down. They both go outside, and they square up. I thought that this was just, I was like, wow, so this is gonna happen. He's going he probably just gonna knock him out. They're gonna fight a little bit, they're gonna throw some hands and it's just gonna be over, right? Right. Well, no, they start going at it. They get on the ground. Mind you, I am I'm calling her because she's supposed to be coming to pick me up. Where are you? And I'm watching this go down. Mind you, I'm from the hood. We're both from the same hood. And this is not news. So I'm unfazed by it at this point. When I was a young ratchet child, I used to thrive. Yes. I used to thrive. This used to be I used to love seeing stuff like this. But I'm at this point, I'm grown and I just don't.
And people don't just fight anymore. So when fights break out, I'm going for the exit.
Yes.
People shoot. I got to go.
Mind you, my barbershop is in an area that has a reputation for maybe not being the most safe and civilized whenever it comes to gun control. So I'm like, okay,
got to go.
I'm staying inside. I don't know what is about to happen. He referenced, "Are you going to shoot me? Are you going to kill me?" Earlier. So I don't know if there's any validity behind that. I'm staying in here. So I'm literally watching like the girl off of Polar Express. You look.
Admiring from the window.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of watching this go down, and they are on the ground at this point. They're rolling around. He has them like, he's kind of like on top of him, but like his head's down here. He's like kicking him in the face. And it was just awful. Well, everybody at that point, the entire bar, all the clippers went off. Click. All the clippers went off. Like, haircuts were put on a pause. Like, everybody is like, at this point, everybody's outside because it's getting bad. They're going into the street. You hear cars beeping. Well, now they're in the street. So now everybody's outside trying to break it up. Well, the guy who was being harassed, his boys came out of nowhere. They came and broke it up, right? Well, I don't know what, like where things went left there, but they got up off the ground. They broke it up. They start going back at it again. So they're outside. They're fighting. Now they're really in the street. I mean, they're in the street. So they basically had to like pry them apart. And I turned my back. And last I knew, it was over. I'm not even gonna lie. I was up out, peeking out the window a little bit like this. Well, but everybody was. I waited. I was like maybe the fourth or fifth, because I didn't want to just be that one. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, I am
picking up the curtains.
Right.
Every black household got the one curtain that's broken.
There's broken one blind.
Yeah. Because everybody be peeking.
Yeah.
It's always the one in the corner. Right? If you don't get your hands on my blinds, we're gonna have an issue.
Snooping 101, you always turn the lights off.
Turn the lights off and then peek out. Yep.
So, I turned my back. As far as I knew, they broke it up. Well, I turned around, and I turned around, right? I was digging in my back, whatever. I turned back around, and all of a sudden, you just see, it was like, I couldn't believe. So all of a sudden, you just see this guy, it just happened so fast. I don't know what happened, but you just see this guy getting dragged down the street by the guy and his boys. And I just saw his whole body just go like this. I just saw his whole body fly across the concrete. And they're outside, they're stomping him. Yeah, they're like doing a curb stomp on him, and they're just doing all type of crazy stomping him. I mean, so at that point they jumped him, but this guy was harassing this guy. I mean, he really had it coming. I'm not going to say that maybe he should have been jumped, but he was still talking though.
Doing too much. Just go to bed.
Yeah. I mean, and he even was in the barbershop. He said, "Oh, I'm drunk and I'm high," and da-da-da. He was in there preaching. I mean, it was just a bad. I knew. He was in there. Yeah, and I knew he was going to pick the wrong one.
Like a dirty thing.
Right. Well, he chose the wrong one, and that's where things went bad. But this brings me to my point, which is, first of all, before I even go to my point, I just want to stress that I was almost like, I had a gut feeling things were going to go bad, and they did. So I just wanted to say, but I was actually, as just a bystander, I was concerned because, if they start shooting, I don't have this to do, I'm not in the mood. I'm away at school, so I'm not around that. I'm not interested in, the ratchetivities. So that I was concerned, but, anyways, back to my point. This all brings me to my point, which is, how far can you push people to their limit? It's like, and why do people push people to the brink of insanity and keep button pushers?
Yeah.
I cannot stand a button pusher. And
I feel like certain people are aware that they are button pushers and they just continue. I don't know if they get a joy out of it or some type of satisfaction, but I feel like at some point you have to recognize that you are that person. Do they not? I feel like you have to. I feel like if I was super, 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 super annoying, I would feel that. Because when I feel if I'm say for instance, if I'm dating somebody and I am nagging about something, I can hear myself nagging. And at some point I'm all right, I'm done. Cause I'm tired of hearing me.
Right. So
I feel like with people that annoy you, I feel like you should know that you're annoying. At some point you feel within yourself, damn, I'm annoying.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Because I said, I feel like when I hear myself nagging, I'm all right, you sound like a broken, shh, stop. Right. Just stop.
Just stop.
Just stop. But I don't think I feel like in order for you to be that annoying and to keep pushing something, you must not recognize it. Like,
but even whenever he was getting beat up, he still didn't stop.
Yeah. I feel like that wasn't necessarily maybe because he was unaware. I feel like that's probably because he was just high and drunk.
Right.
And at this point, he probably can't feel nothing because if he was high off of what I think he was probably high off, he ain't gonna feel that till tomorrow. He gonna wake up like, what happened?
Yeah, my bones is aching. Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like, but like I deal with a lot of people that continue to push buttons, or like that leads me to something else we can talk about. But when you let somebody know that something irritates you and they continue to do it, and then they wonder why you're upset about it. Like, I have already verbalized to you multiple times that whatever this is, X bothers me. If you continue to do X, then Y is going to happen.
Right.
Like, so my favorite, like I said, whenever I tell you that something bothers me and then you get upset that I am mad. I'm mad because I told you that this pisses me off and you continue to do it.
Right.
So like that's like you saying all the time, like I order you food and you're like, okay, babe, no onions, no tomatoes. And every single time I bring you something home, it got onions and tomatoes on it. How mad are you? Just don't bring me no food. Really like if you ask me what I want, I tell you no onions, no tomatoes. And every single time you bring back onions and tomatoes and you wonder why I don't eat my food, then you're mad. Now you're mad that I'm mad, and now we're mad together.
Now we're both just mad.
Like it's just, I just feel like certain things like that, people don't get
it. I think that they just don't. Yeah, honestly. Well, I think it's time for us to push a button, and that's going to be the pause button. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have our social scoop segment where we honestly are ready to dig a couple graves.
Yeah.
Break a couple people
through. Yes.
So, well, maybe not that bad.
I really don't know, because you always come with some crazy stuff. Like, so, I'm never prepared for it. So I'm going to try and be nice this week, but I'm really channeling my inner Demon. Devil Wears Prada vibe. Yes. So
how about just devil?
Devil, that's fine.
So
Devil Wears Nike.
All right, you guys. So we'll see you after the break.